Friends, I always consider that for me, as a blessed occasion that I can come and can meet you people, the devotees. Particularly, I have seen some of the devotees from 2014. I am coming every year, and I saw some of the devotees. They are giving their time, their money, their energy, their services, only to maintain this ashrama. To whoever comes, whoever visits, they welcome them so heartily. By that way, it has become like a family. The people don't feel hesitant to come and visit over here. They don't come as if they are visiting a temple. They think visiting somebody, a relative's house. So they are very free like this. That is very, very important in spiritual life. And just now, that young man who sang the song, the very first song, and in the first two lines that was introducing what is God, conception of God. And he is a saguna nirguna. He is having the gunas. You know, the guna means sattva, raja, tama. These are only three gunas. And nirguna, without those, sattva, raja, tama. So saguna and nirguna. Bhayal, dayal. Bhayal means is a punisher. And at the same time, dayal is also gives the blessings. So bhayal, dayal, saguna, nirguna, and swarupa, arupa, right? So swarupa and arupa. He is having the form and without form. So this is the conception of the Hindu gods. The God is having form and God may be without form. God is having the qualities, God without qualities. But why? We will come to that. That is the philosophical question. If the God is having the qualities, most of the time we say the dualities, that means those who are worshipping God, considering that God is there and I am here, and God must be having the power, knowledge, beauty, each and everything, then that God is limited. God with quality is a limited God. And limited God means God is going to be dead someday. It is not possible. So beyond that, there is another unlimited, all-pervading God must be there. So let us begin today. We will be discussing all this, sometime philosophy, sometimes stories from the Bhagavata. So please chant with me, after me, repeat after me. This is about the Lord Vishnu. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Vi Dhyanagamyam Bande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaika Natham. Shantakaram, the God that is Shanta. Why Shanta? Because there is no desire. If you have the desire, then always you are thinking whether I will get it or not, achieve it or not. So that all the time, in Hindi they say uljan. In Hindi they say that like, uljan rehte hain. Then you all the time desire. The mind is always going up and down. But those who are not having any desire, they're calm and tranquil. That is called Shanta. Bhujaga Shayanam. This is very peculiar. Why the god will lie on snake? Bhujanga is snake. So you have seen that the picture always will be showing the huge the snake floating on a lake, on the water, and the Lord Vishnu is lying on that. Symbolic. Bhujanga or the snake is the symbol of meditation. Like the Shiva, he is the master in meditations. So he is always having a snake as a garland. It is actually, truly it is not. But in the movie, in the picture, and everywhere. And not only that, there will be, I saw the other day that one picture, the people are feeding milk to that snake. I don't know whether they will bite or not. The snake never likes milk. They like something else, meat and other things. The frogs and other. But we think that milk will be. So that way is a misconception. Snake is the symbol of meditation. And this Bhujaga Shayanam, he is so comfortable. He is the master of meditation. So he is as if lying on that. Why on the water? It is formless. The water is the symbol of formlessness. So Hinduism, it is representing through the forms. And then that is the, sometimes we misunderstand. Different type of symbols will be there. And the water is the symbol of formlessness. If you keep the water in a glass, it takes that form. So the water, it is formless. Formless everywhere. And then taking the form, how? Through yoga. The yoga symbol of the yoga is the snake and the Lord Vishnu. Why Vishnu? Because all pervasiveness. This is Hinduism. Each and every word they choose very carefully. Like the lawyers when they write, each and every sentences will be very carefully written. So like that, the Hindus also they have done in that Padmanabham. And from that God, creation is coming. So from the navel, that is slowly coming up. Shuresham. Sura means God. Isha, the master of the gods. He is the God of all gods. Shuresham. Vishwadharam. He is holding the whole Vishwa, all this creation. On the basis of that God, everything is there. Gagana Sadrisham. See, the moment they said Vishwadharam, immediately Gagana. Gagana means the space. Space has no limit. So unlimited. Then again giving Megha Varnam. Without a color, without some conception, you won't be able to meditate on that God. So the Megha. Megha means the cloud. That means little blackish. Why black? We don't know him. Anything unknown is black. So Megha Varnam, but Shubhangam. Anga, all the whole body is a very holy body. Lakshmi Kantam. Now comes, without the Lakshmi nothing can happen. The Lakshmi is necessary, money is necessary, wealth is necessary, because the Jagat. So he is the Kanta, he is the master or the husband of the Lakshmi. Kamalanayanam is a very beautiful eyes. That means sees not only the beautiful eyes, he sees everything positively. That is the main idea. And who saw him? This is the form that we are depicting. Who saw him? Yogi. Yogi vi dhyanagamyam. Who is a yogi? Who has withdrawn all his mind, all his sense organs, senses, from the sense objects. He is a yogi. The controlled one-pointed person. Bande Vishnum. That Vishnu we are worshipping. Bhava Bhaya Haram. Why we are worshipping? Because by worshipping the Vishnu, we will be free from the fear of birth and death. Bhava Bhaya Haram. Every time we are taking the birth and taking a form and taking a name, and then we are growing up, and then we are suffering, and then dying again. Again we are coming back. It's terrible. Constantly going on and on. So we are worshipping Him. He can take us out from this. Sarva lokaika natham. He is the master of all the world. So we consider there are 7 worlds above, 7 worlds below. So 14 world is there according to the Purana. So he is the master of every world. So this is the Vishnu. That Vishnu who has created this world, this universe, through an agent. Who is the agent? Brahma. Now you know the Hinduism, they always go through 2 different paths to the same goal. One is the Jnana Marga. The Jnana, the path of knowledge, they will be discriminating, they will be analyzing, and then only they will be accepting like that it goes. Another is devotion. They first believe and then proceed through that. The Guru has said or the teacher has said that we believe, and accordingly we go to that way. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving the advices to the devotees: take the name of God, pray to God, and you will reach to God. Believe me, God is there. God listens to your prayer. He is very close to you. Only you have to call Him devotionally, then only you will reach God. People are not, who is God? Is He having 4 hands or 10 hands? No one asking questions. They are believing in the words of the Guru or the scripture and following. They are devotees. And they believe that there is someone whom I can reach, whom I can talk, for whom I can cook. So that all those emotions that we are already having, we can utilize those things for that God. That is a very unique conception. And majority of the religions, all the Semitic religions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, they're dualist. God is there, I am here, I have to pray that much. Hinduism has another, that they will, the next parallel also they will go, analyzing. And when they are analyzing, ultimately both they meet together in one point. So this parallel they are going, but meeting in one point. And they say, after reaching over there, our goal is Brahman. What is Brahman? All-pervading consciousness. All-pervading consciousness. And they say Vishnu. What is Vishnu? All-pervading God. But all-pervading. So they say God, that they say Brahman. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, whom you say Brahman, I say Kali, Ma Kali. Same thing, all-pervasiveness. The devotees, when they are worshipping, they have a scripture. That scripture is Bhagavatam. The Bhagavat mainly is the scripture of the devotees. But in the Bhagavata, a lot of discussions about the knowledge is also there, Jnana Marga. So we won't, today the introduction and tomorrow 2 classes, we won't be able to complete the Bhagavata. We'll touch those points only. But in the Bhagavata, it is a Purana. And Purana has some characteristics. It is not Upanishad, it's the Purana. And this Purana, they take some historical facts and some imaginative, and then mingle up and give it to the devotees. So it becomes easy for them to understand and to follow. We find that in this Bhagavata Purana is a very ancient, and in that Bhagavata Purana, it was Narad Muni who inspired Maharishi Vedavyasa to write that Bhagavata Purana. Maharishi Vedavyasa, he composed the 4 Vedas, and then he wrote Mahabharata. Even then he was not feeling satisfied. One day he was sitting by the side of a river, feeling sad. Then the Narada Muni came and he asked, "You travel everywhere. You are the son of the Brahma. Can you please tell me, I have done all these things. Still, I am not getting any satisfaction. Why this?" Then he said, "You have done it only for the intellectual people. For the ordinary people, the mass, you have not done anything. So what shall I have to do? Why don't you write the life, the biography of the Lord, who is doing all this divine play for the benefit of the devotees and the millions and millions of people? You write about that, and then you will find you are getting all the satisfaction." So you get the satisfaction after reading this dualistic scripture, Bhagavat. But you need very pure mind, otherwise there are chances to misunderstand in the Bhagavat in some of the places. So that's why Swami Vivekananda said, because it is love. And if you think that it is a love of the worldly things, worldly love, then it is a great mistake. It is not like that. It's a divine love. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, actually the jnana and the bhakti mixed together presented in the Bhagavata. Very nicely he said, and it was fried on the pan of the knowledge and then soaked in the syrup of devotion, and then it has been served to the devotees so they can take it. And that exactly the story of the Bhagavata. But today and then tomorrow we are going to study the end of the Bhagavata. Bhagavata has 12 adhyaya. All the sections are 12 total. 11th one, and there we find in the 11th skanda 32,300 slokas are there total in the Bhagavata. And the end part, the 11th skanda, there is a conversation between Sri Krishna and his devotee and friend and companion Uddhava. So they will be having the discussion, and situation is completely different. When the Arjuna and Sri Krishna was having the conversation, that became Bhagavad Gita. It could be Arjuna Gita, but instead the Bhagavad Gita. So I was in Andaman, and when I used to come from Andaman to Calcutta, I used to sail in a ship, big ships, and it's almost 4 to 5 days sailing. So sometimes some devotees here in America, they say, "Swamiji, let us go for a cruise," and I have already done cruise. All cruising over, oh my God, now you go. So this 5 days and that sometimes meeting different people. The one in the ship, there are 2 authorities. One is the captain, another is the chief engineer. Chief engineer is maintaining all the everything that the ship can go. Other administration is the captain. And there was a chief engineer. He was from Tamil Nadu, and all the time he was receiving the phone call in his own cabin. When the ship is running, there are so many engines are working. So he will be receiving call from his assistants, and his name was Radha Krishna, and he was all the time he used to say, "Radha speaking," because Radha is the first, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishnan. He will be picking up the phone and he used to answer, "Radha speaking, Radha speaking." I used to sit with him, and I told, instead of Radha, if you say Krishna speaking, it will be another Gita. So like that, the fun. When the Krishna is speaking, that is becoming better. When the Krishna spoke to Arjuna, when all soldiers, thousands and thousands of them, they were standing face to face. Any moment the war will begin and there will be killing. So that is the moment. You can imagine that scenario. In those days, it was not like secretly they are attacking, face to face. They were the heroes, Veera. So obviously they were standing facing each other, and in between Krishna standing and instructing Arjuna. Patiently those people are waiting, because unless and until the most eldest person of that, the leader, they give the call to begin. It's just like football game. Someone should give the whistle, then only the game will be. Like that they were waiting, and Krishna going on telling. Just standing on the face of death, he said that. Swami Vivekananda said, look at it. That is the scripture. And what is that? This world that you see, Arjuna, very, very temporary. Whatever you see is very temporary. If you understand that and seriously understand that, you will be doing everything without getting attached to this. Now here we will be hearing again another scenario. After all the war was over, then the Yudhishthir became the king, and they were ruling. He was a very just king. Everybody was happy. After establishing all that, punishing all the bad people, now the Lord Krishna came back to his own place. And when he came, he saw his own people, Jadava Kula. Kula means the whole clan. They have become so proud. Thousands and thousands of young men, they died over there. But the Yadavas, they were safe. And they thought that they are very, really good warriors. So no one could kill them. They forgot it is because of the Krishna. Because the Krishna was there, and he was the leader of that clan, he saved them, that they forgot. And they started enjoying and patting each other. You know how many people I killed? I am so great, I am so great. They became very, very egoistic. A group of Krishna came, he saw, he became sad. Why? Because I have to banish these people. I developed this clan. I loved this clan. I born in this clan. But still they could not understand that God goes away if you develop ego. If you individually you are developing ego, you will never find the blessings of God. And collectively also, if you are egoistic, the God will never be there. The God is always present everywhere except that place where there is ego. You may do many mistakes, God will be okay, giving the chances. But the egoistic person, no. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said in Bengali, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. This is a very wonderful way of expression in Bengali. Janjal means all the trouble will be over if you can remove I, the ego. Instead, if you say it is God, because of God has given me this, I am looking beautiful, I am handsome. Because of the blessings of God, I am successful. Because of the blessings of God, all this. Constantly, if you are thanking, this Jadava Kula, they forgot that. And God had to separate themselves. Krishna came. He was welcomed though, but then he found that his own children, his own son, Shamba, and he was also having that type of bad habits. Shamba and his friends, these young Yadavas, as usual, the young people, they were having some chit-chatting at the street corner. A group of rishis, they came to meet Sri Krishna. And after meeting the Sri Krishna, they were going back. Why? Because Sri Krishna decided to give up his body. 120 years he survived, he lived. And then he thought, no, it is enough. Now I should go back. I should give up this Nara Leela, the gods, that human form, the divine, all the activities, I should cease, I should stop. So when he decided that the rishis came and rishis told, the moment you will leave your body, the Kali will come. and how we can live in that Kali Yuga. Shall we also kill ourselves, die? Krishna said, no. You better go to Naimisharanya. Because Naimisharanya, there is a place, if you go and stay over there together, that is a place that the Lord Vishnu likes very much. So he constantly looked to that, and by that way you will be saved. Naimisharanya. So the rishis, after listening this, they were going over there. When they were going back after meeting the Krishna, these young people, they told, see, this old lady, the rishis are coming, come, let us have some fun with them. So they made the Samba and dressed like a lady, a pregnant lady, Samba, the son of Krishna. And they took him before this, hey, rishis, you claim that you can see the past, present and future. Can you please tell what this young lady is going to give birth after, boy or a girl? They avoided, hey, go away. But they were going on insisting and thinking that it's a fun that we are doing. Then suddenly one rishi became irritated and angry. He said, this boy is going to give birth of a mushala, an iron rod, and that will kill the whole clan. Then they became very much afraid. And then when they came out, truly from the body of that boy, the Shamba, an iron rod came out. And they were wondering why and what will happen to this. And if we keep it, we are going to die. Instead of going to Krishna for that advice, they went to another Yadava leader. He was a good leader as a king. So they went to him. He said, see, one thing you can do, go on pressing it and make it a small pieces and throw it in the water. Then there's nothing, the small pieces, no harm can be done by that. But when the rishis, they say something, then that curses, it truly comes in that way. These small pieces, they went and stuck on the top of the grasses. Some strong grasses were there by the side of the river. They were all stuck over there, and it became like the arrow. And the Yadavas, they went to bathe one day to have some fun and to enjoy their success in the war. So they all went with their families, they were bathing, having the picnic. Now suddenly something, and they were drinking a lot, they lost their mental balances and started fighting with each other, and there was no weapon. They took up those grasses and started hitting to each other, that the grasses were having those irons that started killing people. And once you kill someone, immediately the clan means, if you kill any one of the clan, the family, another family, whole family, they will come to fight with you till they kill another person. So like that, the Yadavas started killing each other. Then afterwards, they came back to the city. They started burning the cities, houses, shops, and there was a terrible chaos all over. Now the older Yadavas, they came to Krishna and said, what shall we do? Now these young people, they are killing each other and we cannot control them. Will you please do something? Krishna said, no, I have withdrawn my mind, I am not going to do anything. His sons were also involved. His family was involved. Krishna was. So that shows that God is only with them who are good people. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamaham. Then paritranaya sadhunam. Paritranaya sadhunam. If you are not, sadhu means good people. And good people means those who believe in God and they are humble people. So if you are that, then the God will be with you, otherwise not. So God, even he was born in that clan, but he was not he separated. So this, the first teaching. Then he said, look, you people better go to one place and go doing yajna. Yajna means helping others. So they went to another part of India and started living in that way. This all people. Now riot is all over the city. People are dying, killing each other. We can imagine the terrible scenario. All people are leaving, but one thing they forgot. What about Krishna himself? The rishis, they left. These old people, they were also with their families. They were also leaving. But never, no one thought about the Krishna. Hey, we are leaving Krishna over here. And the whole city is now burning. Slowly it will come over here too. His palace will also be burned. So we have to take him also with us. They never thought in that way. The selfish people. They're good people, religious people, but they are not lovers of God. God-loving people will never do that. Again, the example, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's father, he was asked to leave his home because he denied to say anything wrong, any mistake, falsehood. He said, no, I am not going to tell any false. So the Yamindar forced him to leave his property. He didn't take anything except his own God, family deity, Raghuvira. He took the Raghuvira and then he started. Also he took the Shiva. They used to worship Shiva, but Shiva was so heavy, it fell from his hand. It's still there. There is a gun inside the earth, but the people now, the present, they have made a temple over there. It is still there. And Kamarpukur, the birthplace of Sri Ramakrishna, a few miles away, Dere is the village where they were there. So when he is leaving, he's not thinking about the gold and other things. He first took up his God and then he is leaving. So if I love God, then first thing I will... So they never thought about the Krishna. They thought, okay, whatever happens to Krishna, let it be, but let us go away from here. So they left the place. Only one person came. He came through all these things. Straight he went to the Lord Krishna where he was sitting, and he sat at his feet and told, Lord, won't you leave? No, I have decided to kill myself, so I will die, so no problem. I am also sitting at you. What is it? I am going to leave my body. Why you should be with me here? You better go away. Now he said, see, you are the keeper of dharma, righteousness. And when you are not here, so surely there will be no righteousness. And without the righteousness, without the dharma, I don't like to live. So allow me to be here with you, or tell me, how can I survive without you? So from here begins the dialogue between the Krishna and Uddhava. And that is called Uddhava Gita. Gita means, Gita means song. Gita. But the song, it is not in that way. But the teachings are so beautiful, as if you are listening the songs. They will be going on discussing in that way. And Bhagavan Krishna, he is giving his different type of advices to him. So when they are conversing, that slowly, and you know what happened to that bigger portion when they were breaking that iron stick that came out, and they made it very dust, almost like dust, and then a small portion was there. They could not break it. They threw it into the water. And a fish took it. And that fish was caught by another fisherman. And then that fish was purchased by a hunter. And when he opened the fish, he got the small piece of iron and he found it's a very good iron. So he made an arrow with that iron. Now, won't you ask what happened to that? You know, that hunter one day went inside the forest and he found the beautiful two birds are sitting on a tree, but actually they were the feet of Lord Krishna. He was sitting on the branch of a tree and his feet were so reddish, the hunter mistook it as a red colored bird. And he shot the arrow and Krishna fell down and he was going to die. And he started thinking, oh my God, what have I done? He's the king. And he is so respected in the society. He said, sir, I'm so sorry, I never expected you sitting over here. And moreover, and your feet is such that it looks like, Krishna said, don't think that you have done anything wrong. I wanted you to kill me. Something is necessary to die. So this is the way I like to die. And now go to Arjuna, ask him to burn me, my body. Then my navel should be thrown to the ocean. And the ocean will take it in one place. And some people, they will collect it. And those, the hunters, they live in the forest, they will get it and put it in one place and worship it. Then ultimately, that, it is said, came to the Odisha, and that is placed in that wooden frame of the Jagannatha. The Jagannatha, inside that, every 12 years, they change that, and that is good. So no one goes inside except the most senior, the priest. Although anyone sees that, they say they will be blind, etc., etc. But that is the navel and relics of the Lord Krishna still there. So this is the whole story. Now the conversation. And in that conversation, when he was telling that I cannot survive without you, the Krishna said, so why don't you go and work for others? The friends, tomorrow and day after tomorrow we will discuss that. One after another advices, he said, you better go and live a very holy life and become an inspiration for others. So what is the spiritual life? It says, Naham avangri kamalam shanadharma opi keshava taktum samutsane natha sadhamanaya mamopi. I won't read the Sanskrit, maybe it will be a little bit difficult. So it says that you're deciding that I should go away. So I am at your feet. So why don't you take me also along with you? So that is the love for God. When I have a love for God, I don't like to leave the God. And that is a devotee. Who is a devotee? Who loves God. Now, what sometimes happens, they will be saying that I love God, I am a devotee, I am connected with this, I have taken initiation. My grandfather also took initiation like that. Or mostly the Ramakrishna Mission devotees, they say. But if somebody picked up the phone and he called from somewhere, and though the person who picked up the phone is a devotee, is a volunteer, he doesn't know, and he said, who is speaking? Hey, who are you? Insulted me, you know, who am I? And he's so angry. Is this devotee? And he will never go to that temple again. Why? I was not properly welcomed and respected. Do you think it's a devotee? No. It's an egoistic person. And taking the initiation and taking the name of God is a part of that. I have taken this initiation. So here the God is discussing about who is a devotee. we will, a few of the qualities of the devotees, we will read from here. And he said, you better go and have the satsanga. What is the satsanga? Is the food for mind. You know, friends, mostly we Indians, we take care about the food that we eat. So now we should not eat this, we should not eat that, and someone cooking this way, you are not going to take, like that, like the so many things. But the food actually, that food which we take through our mouth is for the physical body, but not for the mind. The Vedanta, they say, they analyzed, we have 5 sets, 5 covers. First is Annamaya Kosha. Anna means food. This kosha, this cover, this body is made of that. We need food and water, otherwise we won't survive. No one. But after that Manomaya, that the mind, and mind means only thoughts, only waves. How can you get that? From the food you won't get that. So sadhu sangha, that means the company of the holy people. And who are the holy people? Those who are unselfish, they are only holy. Only having some marks and these and they're not holy. Maybe every day 3 times bathing Ganga cannot be, maybe not holy. Let them be holy, no problem, but there are so many people every day they go to the Ganga to bathe because they don't have their own bathrooms, so they go over there. But doesn't mean that by just taking a dip in the Ganga, you become holy. The holiness is the mind, is the thought. Who is holy? Unselfishness is the holiness. If we can understand that, we can know where actually I am going to reach. God realization, God realization. What is God realization? Swami Vivekananda said, unselfishness is God. Very clear. The moment you become purely unselfish, you are God yourself. This unselfishness is God. And how the unselfishness will come? Through love. When you love everyone. From the beginning I was telling this ashrama, it is just a love. Belur Math, the headquarters of the Ramakrishna mission, is nothing but love that is binding. We, the monks, we don't get any salary, no gratuity, nothing. Then what actually, why we are there? Because of the love and respect. The love for Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Not love for this and that, love for Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna is an ideology. And Sri Ramakrishna's ideology is love and unselfishness. And that is the purity. The more you grow into that, you should have to develop that. In the Uddhava Gita, Bhagavan Krishna, that was his last message. After that, he didn't give anything, no messages. So this is the last message of Sri Krishna. And we have to understand, we are actually very, very fortunate. Among the human beings, somehow we have got an inclination, idea that I must realize God. I should have some idea about God. And that has come in our mind. Maybe a little deep, maybe a little shallow, maybe not very clear, but that has come. So we come to anywhere Ramakrishna Mission, they go, they visit, they listen to the talk, attend the classes. By that way, slowly, slowly, clearing our all jungled up, all the doubts. And when the doubts goes away, what remains? Conviction. And what is that conviction? I am God myself. Because there is no other thing than God. The God has created me out of himself. There is sugar, and sugar has created maybe different varieties sweets. We call sandesh. And sandesh and sugar are same. Because it is sugar only. So from the salt, a doll was made. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's story. And the doll, salt doll, wanted how deep is this ocean? Let me go and check. So the salt doll went to the ocean. What happened? It became ocean itself, melted over there because it came from there. So when they say the God realization, what happens? We become God ourselves. And we melt like that salt doll. That is God realization. And what is God? Pure love. This, if we can understand, we understand the whole religion. Love we are already having. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, each soul is potentially divine. What is this divinity? Potentially. It is not manifested, but it is there. And what is that potentiality? The purity. What is the purity? Love. Love is the most. That's why they say Mother is above the God and heaven. Why? Because Mother loves. But if the mother only given the birth and not loving, not caring, those qualities are not there, that lady cannot be called as mother. Legally maybe, but actually no. The mother means love. And that love without any expectation and with lot of sacrifices. So this is the ultimate complete thing of God. When we see the mother loves, and that may be the way if we increase that, that's God's love. Thank you, friends. Maybe some other time again we will discuss. But if you have any question this moment, from tomorrow again, 2 other sessions are there, we will discuss. Then Friday this and Saturday 10 to 11 and 11:30 to 12, I think. No, 1 o'clock. Huh? Yeah. So if you have any question, then we can discuss a little and go for dinner.
Yes, there is a question here. Give me a microphone. You don't have a question?
You have any question? Don't hesitate, it's okay, anything you can ask. So once you start, then it will be, you see, so many questions are coming.
So may I ask something? It's probably trivial, but I don't know, because I saw over a long period of time, here and other places you say, the Krishna. Do you have anything in mind why you say the Krishna? Because I've seen other people like Swami Brahmarupanam, they used to say, always say Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So is there anything you have in mind, that's why you say the Krishna instead of Krishna?
I couldn't get you. Can you please repeat the question again?
Whenever you talk about Sri Krishna, I've always seen here and other places you say, the Krishna. Is there any particular thing you have in mind, that's why you say the Krishna, or it is just figurative?
The Krishna.
Yes.
The.
Yes.
The particular, the Krishna, that's why. That is the Krishna is a special. So many names are there, Krishna. But when you can say that is a God Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, the Rama Krishna, there are so many names are there. So always add Bhagavan Ramakrishna, otherwise the people may misunderstand, but that is the main way, main thing. The Krishna means Karshati iti Krishna. There you go. Hello. That corner lost. You can please come forward.
During my prayer time, I cannot concentrate on my mind. My mind at that time also, maybe for few seconds. After that again my mind is restless. So please give me some advice.
Okay. See, this is the very common. So don't think it is you. The most of the people ask them to raise their hand, 100% will raise their hand. Because that is actually the mind. Mind means restless. When the mind how is the mind? Swami Vivekananda, he said that, can you please sit down?
Yes.
Sit down over there. Reporter must be, the Swami Vivekananda said, a monkey is by nature restless. Then somebody forced the monkey to drink some wine. And to crown the whole thing, and that also the bite that monkey. And that poison that is also made so much of in that body. So the monkey, you can imagine, the first by nature it is restless, then the effect of the wine, then the effect of that poisonous bite. The total effect on that mind is our mind. So it's a terrible mind. So Shipta, Vikshipta, Mudha, Ekagra, these are the 4 grades. The Hindus are really, I don't like to take birth again, but if I had to, I should born among the Hindus. Because they're very analytical. Even the mind also, how that works, is Shipta, as with that the monkey's mind. Vikshipta, and then Ekagra. So these are different steps. The Ekagra, it is possible when you love. If you love something, you will be concentrating on that. And if you think, this is the only moment, God, I am sitting over here to take your name. Please help me. Only to think about you and remember you. If you pray, your mind will be concentrated. And you will find that your mind is really going towards God, and a joy will come. And when you are praying, or that meaning of those, like Khandana Bhava Bandhana, Jaga Bandhana Banditumai. You are worshipped by the whole world, and please remove me from this bondage of birth and death. Khandana Bhava Bandhana. So that way, if the meaning you are also thinking, your mind is also concentrated. By that way, slowly, but don't stop praying. Whether it is in that condition or not, it doesn't matter. Go on taking the name of God. In Bhagavata it says, jokingly even if you take the name of God, that will also help you. If you are making fun, and by that way you are taking the name of God, that will also help you. But with love and devotion, if you take, effect is much more. So that way. So same, we are on the same boat, so no problem, but we will go on taking the name of God.
We consider Sri Ramakrishna as God. Often we used to say that there is a Brahma Loka, Deva Loka, Ramakrishna Loka. Is there any difference between these?
Of course. See, we are all Hindus. We love Sri Ramachandra. We love Krishna. And we love Sri Ramakrishna. But when you go to a Ramakrishna ashram, you feel, oh, they're very comfortable. This is our Ramakrishna Mission ashram. All the monks that you see, you don't know them, but still you feel it is our monks. And this is our ashram. They do like this. They feel like at home, right? Similarly, you are a Hindu, but going to a Ramayit Sampradaya, their prayers are a little different, their dresses are a little different, and the way they move, talk, though Hindu, but not your liking. So that is called Loka. So that those who are worshipping Sri Rama, they like Sri Rama, so they will go to those places where the devotees of Rama are there. Minds. So the mind will go and they will be living in one place. That's called Loka. It's not that it is here, it is there, it is in the Pittsburgh and it is that way. in the Cleveland, not like that. It's a place where, in the atmosphere, all those minds, the vibration of the mind, they will come and become together. I always think in this way and give the example. Suppose you have a son who loves playing and a daughter who loves songs, music, and you think that they are wasting their time mixing with the friends. So you take a shift and go some other city, some other town, and settle over there, thinking now they don't have any friends, so no problem, they will be concentrating on their study. After 3-4 months, you will see your daughter has the friends, those who love songs, music, and they will have a group. And your son will surely get some friends, and they will go for playing. Where from they get that? It's a mental wavelength, we are going on sending out our wavelengths, and it is meeting other minds, and we become so close and friendly. That is the way it goes. We love Sri Ramakrishna, his songs, so we are all Sri Ramakrishna devotee, and we will go to Ramakrishna Loka. Acha.
Swamiji, I have this question which has been in my mind for a long time, and I'm taking a leap of faith to ask you this question. Why did Swamiji call it Ramakrishna mission? Because missionary as a concept is a concept driven by church, okay? And by definition, Hinduism is not driven by any church. So why did Swamiji did that? I asked this question to a lot of people. I've never got this answer. And if my question is not right, do forgive me.
No. See, Ramakrishna's mission is a unique conception. What was the mission of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna? The 2 sentences in the beginning of his ministerial life, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said, Ishwar labh manushya jivaner uddeshya. God realization is the goal of every human being. That is almost in the beginning of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, when the Master Moshe met, he said that. And in the end part of his life, 1886, 1st January, and he is ready to give up his body, he blessed all people. There he never mentioned God realization. He said, let you all be illumined. Tumhare chaitanya ho, tumhare gyan ho. What is that knowledge? What is that jnana? That you are all one. So this is the mission. The mission is God. That means duality. So I started this talk. This is the duality. And God is separate. Tumadir Ishwar labh. So I have to understand what is God, and I must develop myself in that way. And when I go to that God, I see it is me only. And there is no separation. I become enlightened with that knowledge. That is the mission. But how we will do that? There are 4 paths are there. One is jnana, the discrimination, analytical way. Another devotion, so all this worship, puja, celebration. Another karma yoga. So going and helping people, those who are poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, you are going and helping them as gods and goddesses. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's teaching again. He said, if you can see God by closing your eyes while you are meditating, can't you see God when you are with open eyes? All the gods that are moving. So what will happen? My behavior will be very, very courteous, gentle. I'll be very controlling all my emotions. Somebody is doing something bad to me, but I won't say any harsh words, because the God in that form is coming to me, and I must be quiet and gentle. God is not, I will not go to that particular person. Suppose a tiger approaching, I know that is God, but I am not going to embrace the tiger. That practicality should be there. But at the same time, I should not lose myself in anger, killing this person or that animal. So this is the way, if you can see through our services, through our love, through analysis, and through concentration meditation, then you go. That is the mission. When Swami Vivekananda, he was asked by his disciple, Sister Nivedita, what is your philosophy? You know what that? He said, my philosophy can be said in 2 sentences. One, to make people aware about their divine nature. Make people aware about their divine nature. What is the divine nature? Love. Everyone is having the love. Love for children, love for my family, love for my religion, love for my country. But if that love breaks the boundary and can embrace the everything, you are God. To make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest that. And how we are helping? In India, in Asian countries, after the long hundreds of years of subjugation, we have lost our economy, our self-confidence, our true culture. So through that mission of Ramakrishna, we are doing it. And here in America, if you have noticed, these people economically okay, and they are having already some good characteristics. They never tell lies. If you ask the person, what do you do? I am a bus driver. I am a truck driver. They will never hide. Maybe his wife is a doctor. But he won't say bother about, she is doctor, but I am a truck driver. But in our country, what will he say? No, I am a truck manager. Somehow. If you say driver, and the wife will say, oh my God, how can I introduce you? And that is the problem. But here, no, why? Whatever I am doing, I am earning in that way. I am not cheating anybody. So why should I not? So the each is great in his own place. Have you noticed that whatever they say, they try to keep it? And when I was taking the oath, I have said it to many places, the naturalization of the citizenship. And the lady, she was going on telling this. Then one line came, if necessary for my country, America, I will take up arms to fight with the American enemies. I told, ma'am, I cannot take this promise because I have taken the oath of non-violence. I'm a monk. She said, is it? Put down your hand. Don't say these words. Others, you say that. And then from the next onwards you do. So they're genuine. If I am not putting my hand like this and saying, that means, if I am saying, that means I will keep my promises. From the back, my Indian brother, he was telling, "Arey kya hai, bhai, bol do na, time kyun waste kar rahe ho?" But the Hindi advice came. So why you are wasting your time? Arey bol dijiye, kya hai? Bas. So we adjustment. Why? Because the long subjugation we have become, the mentality is very low. So we have to, I'm sorry to say that, we should be proud for our culture, but this is not actual culture. Satya, that truthfulness, that is our culture, Indian culture. But we don't find it now because we were under the rulers. And you cannot spoken anything truly because they will punish you. So you have to adjust that way. So this is the way we have to understand here Vedanta society. And Vedanta means you stand on your own feet. You never blame God also for your suffering. That is called Vedanta. Vedanta will never ever blame anyone. All they are jumping for Vedanta and all that. What is Vedanta? Very, very courageous decision. I am the maker of my own destiny. I am not blaming anyone and I am not criticizing anyone for my suffering. That is the Vedanta. These people, they have that courage. Only they don't have patience. That is the problem. The only defect is, this house we have lived for 10 years, leave it, another house. Another thing. Like this they go on. But we have the patience. If this was made by our grandfather, we will continue in that house. You want to. So that is this is our good side, and that is their bad side, weak side. But anyway, thank you. Ramakrishna mission is a great mission that makes a man to God. And if you go to any other temple, only ritualistic. But if you go to the Ramakrishna mission, you learn many things. Really, many things. Yeah. Oh, poor boy. No.
Poor boy.
Yeah. Now you take a chair and sit then.
Swamiji, just to continue the conversation, just before the lecture started, you were talking about the same issue about the temples, rituals. It looks like, unlike the other faiths, Christianity and Islam, Judaism, the main teaching from the time the children grow up is always in their religious area, which is their church or mosque. Unlike in Hinduism, we have two systems. One, this system, mission, which is more akin to the Vedic training, where children were sent away, and we have all kinds of Upanishads, where there was a dialogue between the teacher and the student, and such high-flown philosophy for contemplation. And now we have the temple systems, where there is no question asked, there is no question answered. People don't come to ask a question. They're praying or they're seeking, in other words, sometimes transactional devotion. Bhakti. So it looks like this is a disadvantage for the masses in Hinduism. I was just thinking about it now. A lot of people are not interested to know all that they know. Okay, we'll donate some money, and in return we'll get something. And I think that's one of the issues facing many Hindus. Such a profound literature, philosophy, but nobody to understand unless the parents take an effective role and transform their own houses, to an extent as education. So somewhere along the lines from the Vedic times, the alternative way of worship in the temple and the rituals came in. And I'm sure there's a lot of this mentioned in the Brahmanas portion of the Vedas, which has been exemplified. And to that extent, I think Bhagavatam is a very beautiful combination of both the jnana part and the devotional part.
Right. That's true. You're correct. Bhagavata is really good. But you know that in religion, there are 5 steps are there. First is rituals. Without ritual, you cannot make anything, any progress. And this is very, very important, these rituals. You have to bathe, you have to wear these clothes, you have to do this, you have to do that. So by that way, your mind is getting, and the children, when they're going to school, you have to put on this school uniform, you have to take the book like this, you have to carry this, carry that. But when that person is going to the university, nothing is there. Whether you attend the class or not, taking the notes or not, all on you. Because you know what is actually education. So it is the growth. The ritual is the first step. And then comes, after the ritual, that different type of stories. And that's called morality, sorry. Second step is morality. If you go over there and then you will listen some of the person reading some books or explaining something, almost in every Hindu religion, temples they will do that. And they will say, don't cheat others, don't tell lies, don't hurt others, morality. And most of the religion, they stop in morality. But after that comes mythology. Mythology, through the stories, they will tell you why you should practice morality. And beautiful, beautiful stories, example they will give, and that is the way, that is called mythology. And after the mythology, the scholar comes philosophy. Philosophy. The fourth step is the philosophy. The first is ritual, then morality, mythology, philosophy. This philosophy is absent in those religions and very much present in Hindu religion. Because first we develop philosophy, Then the ritual and religion came in our system. Their philosophy was parallelly developing in the, that was called Pluto and Aristotle, but they were not connected with other religions, their religions. So philosophy is there, Western philosophy, but the Western religion never mixed it up. No philosophy. And finally it is spirituality. The first ritual, then morality, then mythology, and then philosophy, then comes spirituality. And spirituality means being and becoming. So you studying the medicine, then you become the doctor yourself. And you are confident about your knowledge. That is called spirituality. We are supposed to know what actually I am doing. Those who are the Hindu monks or the Hindu spiritual leaders, and any leader of spirituality, they must know actually what they are doing. It says, what is the duty of a monk? Dharma palan, dharma shiksha. What is dharma? Dharma means whatever is my duty, I should do that, perform that, swadharma. And I should tell also others, practice that. The dharma palan, as a monk, it is my duty, I will do like this. As a householder, you should also do like that. So that is our duty. Not to go and who will be giving the vote and these, that. Monk is not supposed to do all this. Nowadays, a little bit of commotion is going on. It will settle down again. But monk's duty is completely different than the householders. And householders, those are the duties they should perform. So these 5 steps, if you remember, this is beautifully, Swami Vivekananda also said, these 5 steps. Thank you. Okay.
Last question now.
But who started the questioning? The first? You, no?
No, gentleman I had forgotten.
You
That was
started.
me, but I still have that. I'll ask you again
Oh.
later on.
Okay.
Coming back to the topic that we just discussed.
Yeah.
Coming back to the topic that we just discussed, 2 important concepts that we spoke today, love and unselfishness. I'm trying to understand how to implement it in day-to-day practice, especially when it comes to conflict resolution. So say you go to work and there are people who may be actively trying to do something not very good for you. How would you apply that particular concept in an actual life? Could you give some examples?
Yeah. That is, I will, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Ma Sharadamani Devi also said, I will tell you that original language in Bengali, Jar Shange Jamon, Tar Shange Tamon. So when you are dealing with some person, you should understand, oh, I am dealing with this man, I have to deal like this. According to the situation, you have to take the decision. Jokhon Jamon, Tokhon Tamon. That in that particular situation, what you are supposed to do, you must do that. Jekhane Jamon, Shekhane Tamon. But in the place and the time when you are, suppose you have gone to attend a marriage ceremony, you should not meditate there. In a marriage ceremony, give me a seat, I will meditate. Arey, what is it? Why you have come then? So that is the problem. So, Jekhane Jamon, if I am attending a marriage ceremony, I will be having fun, maja, all those. And in the temple, I should not behave in other way. So that you have to take the decision. That particular moment. That is the intellect. No? Hanumanji, he was saying to find out whether Sita Ma is there or not. Then after reaching there, she saw Sita so frightened that if Hanuman goes over there and says, I am coming from the Rama, she won't believe, because already the Ravana took different type of forms and already approached to her, and she is not believing anyone around there. So Ram didn't say anything. This is Hanumanji thought, oh, now I should not go. He was hiding in a tree. And then when she was little alone, started singing the praising Sri Ramachandra. Then she started thinking, what is it? Who is talking this? And all the stories of Rama, his birth and his marriage and his these, and then somebody must be there who knows all about it. Then she became curious to know, then he came down. So this is the decision. If you straight go and say, Ramji ne aise bheja, chalo. Then they don't believe. So you have to be very practical, then what I should do at what time. So now I was traveling in a train, early morning train, and in Bengal, from Asansol to Calcutta. So I was coming. In Durgapur, many students, they got up, they were going to attend their classes in Bardhaman. And you know that all the young boys, they came, and when there's a 3 or 4 people seat, the 6 people will be adjusting over there. But in the morning time, I was sitting cross-legged on my seat, and I was trying to meditate. So a little afraid because of the Gerua and then one smart boy came and told, Swamiji, for the world you have sacrificed everything. Why don't you sacrifice this seat? See, what I answered over there, I should not have been the emotional, oh yes, let us be. I am older than them. So why should I have? Then I told, brother, I am going to really sacrifice this seat also when I reach Howrah. After reaching the destination, I will sacrifice this. Then you can use. So you have to handle in that way. So thank you now.
So the concept does not apply. The concept of love and unselfishness does not apply.
Of course love and unconscious, but according to the situation. Now, a child is requesting the mother, I should not go to school, I should be with you because your Gurudev is coming, so I should not go to school. But how the mother's love will be applied? No, you must go. And she will open her eyes and say, hey, you must go. Otherwise, I am not going to talk to you. And that is the love she is showing to the child, because she knows if she is missing the classes, that will be problem for her. So this is the way we have to. It is only for love that you are scolding your children, and you have to be very, very careful about the team that you people are nowadays, teamwork. And you should know who is doing what, and accordingly you have to. So that is called leadership training. Spirituality, all that, we are also. So it is leadership also. So many people are coming to us, and we are organizing. Those Swamis, they can't do, they fail. Those who can do, they are successful. Same love, same unselfishness. I am not doing anything for me, but for you, but according to your condition. Okay, let us say Shanti 3 times. Okay. I will say Shanti, then you repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu